I want to move on to the Iran talks. This week, the president said that we are crippling Putin's economy with punishing sanctions that are only going to grow more painful over time. But the State Department said that the administration would not sanction Russian participation in nuclear projects that are part of the JCPOA. So how does the administration justify calling for such strong sanctions on Russia but giving them a pass when it comes to Iran? Isn't that hypocritical in some sense?
There's absolutely no pass given. They're not getting additional assistance or sanctions relief of any sort. They have an implementation role. They've had an implementation role in the past as it relates to the Iran nuclear deal, and that is certainly what we would be talking about in this regard. But for clarity purposes, there's absolutely no additional sanctions assistance that Russia would be receiving that is outside of the Iran nuclear deal.
So, but just carving out what's already there and giving it protection, that it will not be sanctioned?
Well, to explain to you, or for those of you who have covered back in 2015, you may remember this, that there have been roles in the past that Russia has played in terms of the movement or the protection, the nuclear protections in some capacity of as we're implementing the Iran deal, and that's what we're really referring to. That's part of the discussion in the deal.
This is a new deal that we're doing.
It's the similar implementation components. It's a implementation and discussion around a similar deal that was discussed back in 2015.
And then the Director of National Intelligence annual threat assessment last month said that Iran has threatened to kill former and current U.S. officials in retaliation for the U.S. killing the IRGC's leader, Qasem Soleimani. So do those threats constitute terrorism?
Well, I would just remind you all that where we are, one, I'm not going to just confirm or get into specifics about any threats through intelligence channels, but where we are right now, is that not only has Iran's nuclear program advanced, but their behavior in the region and beyond has gotten more aggressive, including by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. So the notion that the actions of the past administration pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal has cut down on the actions or the escalatory behavior of the Iran Revolutionary Guard is inaccurate. The Iranian government has actually doubled their budget or something like that. So the notion that the approach that the status quo is effective and making us safer just doesn't bear out in any form of facts.
So they should not then, the IRGC be delisted from the terrorist blacklist?
There's an ongoing negotiation. I'm not going to get into specifics of it, but I would just note that the status quo where we stand has done nothing to make us safer in any regard. In fact, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard has only been strengthened. Go ahead.